Um, just like just really happy with our guys for how we guarded, um, and really how we attacked in the second half. I thought we played well. We were up and down the first half, right? We went on runs, we did good things, and then we let them back in it, and that's something that we got to keep working on. To like when you get somebody down, you got to keep them down, and you got to extend the lead in different ways, and that's something as a group we got to be better at. But uh, I thought we responded in the second half. I thought we made some gritty, tough plays defensively, and then I think timely offense of finally finishing some of those shots in the paint.
What got it going there in the second? I think it was you're 10 minutes into the second half. You're still shooting like 70% from the field. Was it defense leading offense? Was it just settling down and taking what they were going to give you offensively?
Yeah, but also like we were getting the ball in the paint in the first half, and we just weren't finishing. Right? I pointed out Jalen and Sir at halftime and told both those guys they were 3 for 10 from two in the first half, and all of those were in the paint and at the rim. Like we got to finish those. I thought Carson had a couple he's got to finish. I thought Logan had one around the rim. He's got to finish. Like you finish more of those. We probably have more than 33 in the first half, and maybe we keep that lead a little bit longer. So. I thought our concentration was a little bit better. I thought our finishing was better. And then you just kind of take what the defense gives you. They didn't commit to double teaming, right? Like TCU double teamed on those post ups, and we have 27 assists and we had a bunch of threes. They stayed home. Then we're going to have less assists because we're going to shoot layups and we're going to score the ball at the basket.
You look at the Carson's numbers or Jalen's numbers or Cole's shooting, but what kind of an impact did Brady Kaylor have on a game tonight?
I thought he was great, especially defensively. Like, the kid Rasmussen was really scoring against us, in the post. And, because they're such a great 3-point shooting team, we didn't want to get in a lot of rotations. So we switched a lot of ball screens. So we ended up with guards on him a lot. And, so he got going. He got some buckets. But I thought Brady, when he was on him, like kind of took that away, kind of walled him up, kind of made him make shots over him. Brady's got long arms, 4 blocks for him. Like he's somebody that like you can just see him getting better and better and better as the season goes. And I thought that's how it would go with him. The numbers you look at 1 for 3 and 2 points, but like his impact was way greater than that tonight.
Was it a coaching point for you to at least, or even at halftime, to get Cole to drive a little bit more with how closely they were guarding him from 3? And what did you see from him in that area?
No, I just think he just kind of playing the game, right? That's the one thing for him is like, we don't try and predetermine anything. He's seeing it, he's reading it, like he's talking to those guys about, they were really physical in their ball screen coverage, right? Like they try to go way under Sir and Jaylen, but on Braden and Cole, they really get into the ball and kind of get physical to fight over screens. I didn't think those 2 guys handled it well in the second half, so we didn't do as many ball screens with them. We did more handoffs, so now those guys are off their bodies. And now Cole started turning the corner more and getting to the rim because he wasn't as kind of boxed in. So that's just like I've talked about it. Like we have a group that can process the game, see the game, and then make adjustments as it happens, right? I think we've been a really good second half offensive team, and some of that is those guys just being able to see it, process it, and then go and execute.
What was the message at halftime? It looked like you were a little bit unhappy with the way that they were kind of guarding in the first half. What did you say to the guys in the locker room?
It was more of just I thought it was more of us not finishing layups. I wasn't happy with that, of us getting the ball at the rim. I didn't think we played offense the way we practiced the last couple of days. And then offensively or defensively, like at some point in time, you got to draw a line in the sand. Like, okay, he's right here. And now he starts to back me down. Like, this is the point of no return. So, like, I'm old school, right? And these guys know it, and they hear it every day. Like, I'm going to foul you before you score on me. You're definitely not going to score on me twice, okay? So, like, I'm trying to get that mentality from our guys. And for the most part, they got it and they play that way. But sometimes we don't. So they need a reminder every once in a while.
How important was that mentality to shutting down or doing a much better job against number 3 and 12 in the second half? They had 27 in the first and 9 in the second.
Yeah,
combined.
just a little bit more discipline and toughness. I thought Johnson, number 3, like he beat his baseline a couple times. He got to the foul line because we weren't disciplined. Like I thought our discipline was better against him, and I thought our toughness was better against Rasmussen. Right? It was different things for different people. But once we got to that, once we started doing those things, right, it really slowed those two guys down. And then it was about contesting threes, right? And they made 10 threes, but that's what they do anyway. But I thought we did a good job of contesting some. And then you got some from people that were like good contests. They're like rainbow threes over guys' hands. It's like, who cares? You can't do anything about that. Keep contesting it the next time. So, yeah, our discipline on 3 and our toughness on 12, I thought really changed in the second half.
Third straight win. I mean, what's it been like to watch this group just kind of find its groove, even through adversity without having Marcus Burton tonight?
Yeah, it's fun. I love being around this group every day. Like they are, we got a bunch of young guys, so we have that youthful enthusiasm. But then we have older guys that are the same way. Like Carson's the same way. So is Keva. Right? Those guys that are older buy into that, and they're great mentors in that way. But I thought our freshmen would keep getting better and better. And the same way with our sophomores. And like I think our guys are getting better and better, but like, it's a play late in the game. And I don't, forgive me. I don't remember if they hit the 3 or not, but the ball was on the floor late and Jalen Haralson took off and dove after it. And it was a collision with some dude. And neither one of them gets it, and it's on the floor. And there goes Brady Kaylor diving after it, right? That's 2 freshmen right there. Ain't doing that in high school. Anybody diving on the floor in high school, right? Like, those dudes are doing it because it's like, that's what our team does. And you're starting to see the buy-in from those guys as freshmen because of what they've been taught since they've been here.
I saw you talking to Haralson after the game as well. Do you remember what that conversation was like after the game?
Yeah, I told him, like no games down there. Like, man, we're scoring this ball. Nobody's doubling. I need a bucket every time, every single time. Like, you can miss one every once in a while, but like, we don't need to work on stuff. We don't need to like try new things. It's like, don't get tired of what is working. Don't get tired of success. There's little things that lead to success, and sometimes people get tired of doing it because they get bored with the monotony. Well, that monotony helps you win. So, just getting him to understand that. But I thought he did a great job of, scoring the ball, getting to the foul line, finding guys when they helped. So, kudos to him, and I want to help him keep trying to grow with each game.
How much easier is it to stretch Carson's minutes? He was at 31 tonight. I remember earlier in the year you're like, we gotta get him to a point where he can play heavy minutes for us. Are you there now with him?
Yeah, no, he can go and he can run, and like that's the beauty of having different people and multiple people you can throw in. And he wasn't 100% even going into this game, but I knew he was gonna play, right? Like, there's a little bit going around with everybody, right? But I knew he was gonna play. And then you just needle him a little bit during the shoot around of like, hey man, Jack Payne was the best player in the Big Sky last year, right? Just to get his motor rolling of like, okay, all right, coach. Like, he had 19 rebounds against these guys, I think one in their first game last year that they played. So I knew, he was amped up to go and do something tonight.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Preseason, I talked to Jalen and he said you recruited him, I could be way off, but was it 4 years? Like for the past 4 years you've been in contact with him. Kind of what attracted you to his playing style and how is your relationship?
Yeah. Like it's been forever, right? Like I think I've told this story. He watched, so it would have been his like I knew who he was, right? Because I still follow high school recruiting in Indiana, but you know, I was at Penn State, and he had reached out through one of his high school coaches that I knew, and said like he wanted us to recruit him, and I was like, I'm not recruiting that kid. Like he's not coming to Penn State. But he had watched us in the Big Ten tournament, and we were playing booty ball with Jalen Pickett. We were just posting people with a guard, and he watched, and he was like, man, like they can do that same exact thing with me. Because of my size, I can post, I can play in pick and rolls, I can pass. And if you surround him with shooters, he can do really good things. So when I got the job here, this was the first dude that I like offered and went after and wanted to. And you know, for a really good player, he allows me to coach him. And it's not always, I don't sugarcoat anything with him. I tell him the truth because it's only going to make him better. And that's what he wanted. He wanted somebody to help him be better. And, you know, so I love it, right? Like I enjoy being around him. He's like, you know, one of the most fascinating kids you've ever met. And he's never met a stranger. And we went to Indy Saturday. His brother played at Brownsburg at 1 o'clock. My son Nick played at 2:30. So we got up Saturday morning and jumped in the car, and he rode down with my wife Molly was in the passenger seat, and Jaylen was in the back with my daughter Grace in the back seat, and like it's like he's one of our kids. And my wife's turned around just talking to him the whole time, and I'm just driving by myself, and he's just a chatterbox, man. It's like he's been around us forever, and he's you know, he's one of our kids. He's one of our own.
You like a Big Sky game out there tonight?
Yeah, Big Sky, man. Big Sky matchup. Been playing those guys for a while.
Played a little.
Oh, that was in your car?
Yeah, that was my. That might have been with the year I was hurt. That might have been my 11th game
Against them.
against them. Yeah,
Your stats were a little better tonight than the last time you played them. I remember.
I don't remember the last time. What was it?
I think it was 8, 9, and 1, and you fouled out.
Yeah.
What's different about you tonight than maybe the last time that they saw? Like, what's different about your game? It's like the way you play tonight. Is that the way you always used to play against them?
Yeah, I don't think I changed much. Just try to do my job to the best of my ability.
What was different about tonight with you, with Marcus out, as far as being more of a facilitator?
Yeah, obviously a big loss. Him getting surgery today. Prayers to him and his family for a fast recovery, and we all got to step up in different ways without him. So we're finding that. Obviously, he went out early in CCU, so I think we found a rhythm there, and then we just constantly got to find a rhythm because he plays a lot of minutes, so now we got to find a way to find rhythms without him on the floor.
Headband here to stay for you now.
Headband's here to stay, man. Headband's here to stay. I like switching it up though, so maybe I'll have like a bandana or something here soon.
Carson, tie game at halftime. Coach Shrewsberry didn't look too happy at various points. Like, what was the message at halftime, and how are you guys able to come back out a little stronger in the second half?
Yeah, I just thought we needed better energy on the defensive end. I think we all felt that. I don't think they shot that many threes in the first half. I don't know if we have the first half threes. They were just posting up a lot. So just being more aggressive, being tough from the post. Thought we did a good job of taking them out of shooting threes, although they made 10. They're number one in the country in three-point field goal attempts. So, but I'm proud of our guys, how we responded. I think we just continue to respond. You know, they're going to throw a punch. They're a good team. Credit to them. And credit to their coach. Been playing him for a while too. So, proud of our guys for how we responded.
Jalen, with Marcus out, you having to really play the primary point guard role. Like, how have you adjusted to that in the past game and a half with him out, and how do you feel like you guys handled a little bit of a slower start on both sides of the ball tonight?
Yeah, I mean, like Carson said, he played a lot of minutes. He, averaged a lot of points, and so you're not gonna like do what he does. He's a special player, but we all have to step up in our own way. So maybe that's me and Sermo getting the primary duties on the ball, or Carson, getting some duties facilitating. Like we all have to come together and try to bring what he, you're not gonna bring what he brings, but try to fill that void.
It's the first time we've talked to you since the shot against TCU. Can you
Yeah.
kind of take us through that play? And, like, what was it like to have that moment?
Big shot.
You know, just the instincts do cut me off. I throw a baseline, hit shot. You know, it was a big time shot. But you know, going to overtime, you know, gutting it out and winning that game. You know, that's something I'm gonna remember for a long time. Just not the shot, but just you know the grit we played with coming out of halftime. Now it's special to win on the road.
Jalen, what have you learned about how exhausting it can be to be the main handler and the point guard and facilitator and everything that you're asked to do as the point guard?
Yeah, I mean it's not easy. Just you know defending guys. You know primary ball duties. But you know I feel like I'm built for it. I prepare for this moment. My off-season conditioning. Obviously, I feel like I gotta get better in that area conditioning wise. But you know that's gonna come over time. It's just me getting adjusted to the speed of the game and just everything. And I'm still learning. I'm still a freshman, so I'm trying to adjust on the fly.
How do you handle the balance of, okay, I'm gonna take my guy to the hoop this time, or I'm gonna look for Carson, I'm gonna look for somebody, like the balance between going to get yours and making sure everybody else
Yeah, I
gets
mean,
theirs?
It's pretty simple. If nobody comes, I'm gonna try to score. If somebody comes and just try to hit the open guy, like you know, try not to be. It's not rocket science. You know, I played that way my whole life. Just if somebody's open, I try to just hit them, and if they don't come, I try to just make the right play every time.
Number 3 and number 12 for Idaho had 27 points combined at the half, and I think they only scored 9 in the second half. Is that a big part of Coach Shrewsberry's matches at halftime, just to kind of shut those two guys down? And how'd you guys do it?
Yeah, for sure. And Brady came in and did a hell of a job on number 12. He had 4 blocks, I think. Yeah, 4 blocks. Cut his water off. I think he had 3 points or something in the second half, 2 maybe. So I thought he did a hell of a job, and yeah, we emphasized that in the locker room, Coach Shrews for sure.